Paul Walker was a beloved American actor, best known for his role as Brian O'Connor in the Fast and Furious franchise. Born in 1973 into a loving Mormon family, Walker displayed a passion for the entertainment industry from an early age and began his career by appearing in television commercials for well-known brands such as Pampers and Showbiz Pizza. By the late 1980s, he had started his acting career with notable roles in shows like Highway to Heaven and Who's the Boss. His career gained momentum in 1998 with Meet the Deedles, followed by roles in Pleasantville and Varsity Blues. However, his iconic role as Brian O'Connor in The Fast and the Furious truly transformed his career, leading to successful sequels like Too Fast, Too Furious and Furious 7, which was completed posthumously using digital effects. His final performance in Hours in 2013 showcased his growth as a dramatic actor and highlighted his emotional depth. Sadly, his true potential was never fully realised due to his untimely demise at the age of just 40. Paul Walker was not only a talented actor, but also a passionate car enthusiast, which added depth to his role in the Fast and Furious franchise. He performed many of his own stunts, showcasing his love for high-performance vehicles. His co-ownership of an auto shop and involvement in a racing team demonstrated his deep-rooted enthusiasm for cars and motorsports. In addition to his love for cars, Walker had a fascination with marine biology and even considered a future in science. His commitment to the environment was evident through his active participation in initiatives like a National Geographic expedition to tag great white sharks, highlighting his dedication to conservation and wildlife. Raised in a Mormon household, Walker became a non-denominational Christian as an adult. He lived in Santa Barbara with his dogs and had a daughter, Meadow Rain Walker, with childhood friend Rebecca Soteros. After living for 13 years in Hawaii with her mother, Meadow moved to California to live with Walker in 2011. Vin Diesel is her godfather. Walker was close friends with Tyrese Gibson and held a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, receiving his black belt posthumously. He also co-founded the humanitarian aid nonprofit Reach Out Worldwide with Roger Rodas after the 2010 Haiti earthquake, traveling to disaster areas to provide aid right up until his death. This cause showcased his commitment to making a positive impact on the world by offering support to those affected by natural disasters and other crises. Why do all the good ones have to die young? In the final 24 hours of Paul Walker's life, there were no signs of the tragedy that would soon unfold. Only warmth, generosity, and the rhythm of a man deeply committed to his passions: film, family, cars, and helping others. It was Thanksgiving weekend, and Walker was enjoying time away from the Fast and Furious film set, attending a charitable event hosted by his Reach Out Worldwide organisation. The event, held at the high-performance auto shop he co-owned with his friend Roger Rodas in Santa Clarita, California, was part car show, part toy drive. It brought together fans, friends, car enthusiasts and volunteers, all united by a shared purpose of giving back to children affected by Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines. The morning of November 30th, 2013 began uneventfully. Walker arrived at the shop around midday, reportedly in good spirits, dressed casually in jeans and a t-shirt. He mingled freely, posed for photos with fans, and chatted with attendees about everything from his charity work to the latest Fast and Furious sequel. Those who were there said he appeared genuinely happy, relaxed and energised by the community atmosphere, eager to support the cause. Friends recalled how he joked around with his team and spent time signing memorabilia for auction. At one point, he spoke with Jim Torp, an associate of Reach Out Worldwide, who later recounted that Paul was focused on ensuring the event ran smoothly and that all donations were properly collected and delivered. Among those working at the event was Roger Rodas, a longtime friend, business partner and financial advisor of Paul Walker. A professional race car driver and experienced mechanic, Rodas shared Walker's passion for motorsports and performance vehicles. The two often spent time together at the shop working on custom cars or preparing for races. On that day, a red 2005 Porsche Carrera GT, one of the shop's most powerful and temperamental vehicles, caught their attention. Valued at over $400,000, the car had reportedly been stalling and behaving irregularly, so Rodas wanted to take it for a short drive to diagnose any issues, and Walker, always eager to get behind the wheel of an exotic car, climbed into the passenger seat. Just before getting into the car, Walker was overheard telling friends that he'd be right back. There was nothing ominous in his tone, just a simple, casual goodbye. Witnesses saw the Porsche pull away from the curb onto Hercules Street, a relatively quiet industrial road with wide curves and minimal traffic, just before 3:30 p.m. The car accelerated quickly, its engine roaring in the cool afternoon air. They were gone for maybe 5 minutes when a blue BMW M3 came screeching into the parking lot, and the driver shouted, "There's been a crash, someone come help." At some point during the drive, estimated to be less than a mile, the Porsche veered out of control. The vehicle struck a concrete light pole and then 2 trees before coming to a stop. The impact was devastating. The car split in half, and within moments it erupted in flames. Witnesses described a loud explosion followed by thick plumes of black smoke billowing into the air. Several people rushed to the scene, some of them from the charity event just yards away. Among them was Jim Torp, who, along with others, attempted to extinguish the fire with handheld extinguishers. But the flames were too intense. The heat was so severe that no one could get close enough to pull the men from the wreckage. By the time first responders arrived, both Walker and Rodas were dead. News of Walker's death spread quickly across the world. Social media exploded with grief, shock, and disbelief. Fans, celebrities, and his Fast and Furious co-stars posted heartfelt tributes online. Vin Diesel, who referred to Walker as his brother, arrived at the crash site that night and spoke emotionally to gathered fans, thanking them for showing love and respect. The site itself became a makeshift memorial, with mourners leaving flowers, candles, car memorabilia, and handwritten notes in tribute. For days, crowds gathered to pay their respects, many of them arriving in customized cars, revving engines in synchronized honor of Walker's passion for speed and racing. In the weeks that followed, Universal Pictures halted production of Fast and Furious 7. Walker had completed a significant portion of his scenes, but the film's ending had not been shot. The studio, together with Walker's family, decided to finish the film using a combination of digital effects and stand-ins, including Paul's brothers Cody and Caleb Walker. The resulting final scenes were crafted not only to serve the story, but also as a moving farewell to Walker himself. The film's ending, accompanied by Wiz Khalifa and Charlie Puth's tribute song "See You Again," became an emotional moment for fans and a cinematic eulogy to the actor whose life had been cut tragically short. The official autopsy report would later reveal that Roger Rodas died instantly from blunt trauma to his head and chest caused by the crash. Paul Walker, on the other hand, was severely injured in the impact but remained alive for a brief moment. His cause of death was listed as a combination of traumatic injuries and thermal burns. Both men were found to be sober at the time of the crash, no alcohol or drugs were detected in their systems, and the car's tyres, which had not been replaced in 9 years, were cited as a possible factor in the loss of control. Ultimately, authorities concluded that excessive speed between 80 and 100 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone was the primary cause of the accident. Despite these findings, Walker's daughter, Meadow Rain Walker, filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Porsche in 2015, claiming that flaws in the car's design, including the seatbelt system and lack of crash protection, prevented her father from escaping the vehicle. Porsche responded by asserting that the vehicle had been misused and modified, and that the risk of high-speed driving in such a car was well known to the occupants. While the courts ultimately found in favour of Porsche, out-of-court settlements were reached between the company and both Meadow and Roger Rodas's widow. Beyond the screen, Walker's legacy continues through his daughter, Meadow Rain Walker, who was just 15 at the time of his death. She later founded the Paul Walker Foundation, dedicated to ocean conservation, wildlife preservation, and humanitarian aid, causes her father championed during his life. His non-profit Reach Out Worldwide also continues its mission, now supported by family and fans who carry on his work in disaster response. In his final 24 hours, Paul Walker lived the way he had for most of his adult life, surrounded by fast cars, close friends, and acts of generosity. There were no signs that the end was near, only a sense of purpose, movement, and community. That day, he wasn't on a red carpet or a movie set. He wasn't rehearsing lines or talking to the press. He was helping children in need, talking with fellow car lovers, and doing what he loved most, enjoying the freedom of the road. That his life ended doing something so integral to his identity has only deepened the poignancy of his loss. He died as he lived, full throttle, with passion, humility, and kindness. In the years since the accident, Paul Walker's legacy has been honoured through continued charitable work by Reach Out Worldwide and through tributes in the Fast and Furious films. The crash, though devastating, drew attention to the risks associated with high-performance vehicles and became a tragic reminder of how fleeting life can be, even for someone who lived much of it behind the wheel. Rest in peace, Paul William Walker IV.